In 2013, the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Le'Veon Bell, a running back from Michigan State University, and he was picked up in the second round. In fact, pick number 48. And if you guys can remember the first 2 to 3 years with Pittsburgh, it was magnificent, especially the 2014 and 2016 campaigns, where he rushed for, in these 4 years, 860 yards, 1,361 yards, 556 yards, and 1,268 yards. He was a dual threat running back, as effective in running the ball as he was catching the ball. But then in 2018, there became a contract dispute, and he refused to have the franchise tag put on him. And so therefore, he did not play due to holding out. He wanted more money, and he wasn't having that, and the contract negotiations stalled. So what happened is, in 2019, the Steelers announced that they would not use the franchise tag on him, making him a free agent at the start of the NFL year on March 13th. Well, Le'Veon Bell got exactly what he wanted from the Steelers, to be let go. And he ended up on a terrible franchise, which is the New York Jets. And after getting that money, his production failed horribly. From the New York Jets, he went to the Kansas City Chiefs, he went to Baltimore, he went to Tampa Bay, and now he's out of the league just after 3 years after having one of the best careers in Pittsburgh Steelers running back history. Now at 31, which is still a good decent age for a running back, depending on who you want to talk to, he can't get a job. And he has many kids, and suspectedly, he's now broke. And now, hindsight is 2020. Le'Veon Bell now says, I should have never left the Steelers. In fact, I never apologized. So I want to say I apologize for leaving the best damn fans there is in the world. I shouldn't have left. I apologize. I shouldn't have left. I apologize. That's my fault. That's on me. But now, there's other people out here today that are very similar to Le'Veon Bell. It's just that they're not football players, and they're women. And a lot of times, women in relationships feel like the grass is greener on the other side. They want to become free agents, and they don't really know what they have until it is too late. And drum roll, please. Let's introduce Tia Mowry to the conversation. Now, Tia Mowry is I don't know if you want to consider her a very talented actress or movie star or something like that. But, she has her fans, and she's been on The Real. She's been on, Sister Sister. And again, has always been, B-list in Hollywood, something like that. And she had a real promising marriage with an up-and-coming actor by the name of Corey Hardrick, and they built this career together, although she was more known than he was. But it's okay. Things happen, and it came to pass. They had kids. They were a lovely young black couple. But at one point she felt like, I'm tired of carrying this guy. I want to do something different. I want to go alone. I want to enjoy myself. And then it happened. He tried to beg her to stay in the relationship. She went on liking people's posts, talking about how she was better than him. And it got really out of hand. But, he remained in frame while she went out there playing both sides of the fence. And once she was free, Le'Veon Bell all over again. And she's been documenting time and time again how difficult her dating life is. Like, let's check out this particular TikTok.
It got worse.
No.
But I feel like it's about to get worse. Oh! It got worse. It got worse.
Let me say this, guys. It is okay to have self-confidence. There is nothing wrong with being confident in your ability and confident in what you can get and confident in what you can do. The only problem is that you need to be able to prove exactly what you're talking about. That's the difference. If you feel like you are this or you are that, you have to prove what you are, okay? It has to be proven. And for a lot of ladies out there that have a good husband, they leave the husband, not because the husband is cheating or the husband is abusive or anything like that. They just somehow feel like they deserve a better opportunity with a different man. They just feel like maybe they're tired of, quote unquote, carrying the man or quote unquote doing this or quote unquote doing that. And now it's at the position where the guy you know what? You wish you could get a hold of him, and now it's too late. And now you look at the fact that the way that he looked at you, other guys don't look at you. And it's the same thing as with Le'Veon Bell playing running back. You see, running back is a position in the NFL that doesn't get a lot of respect. All right. And although it's a great position, but people look at it as, something that's easily replaceable. A running back is not like a quarterback or a middle linebacker or a good cornerback or a good offensive or defensive lineman. No, because those things are hard to get, especially a skilled wide receiver. You see, those skill positions outside of running back are kind of harder to replace, especially quarterback or middle linebacker or positions like that. But running back, most teams feel like, you know what? We can always get somebody to play that position, especially since we don't really want to run the ball as much as before. So what's the use in paying a running back, especially when running backs have shorter careers, they're injury prone because of the nature of their position. It doesn't really make sense to stick to a running back. So although one team may, really appreciate their running back, it doesn't mean another team will. And what women don't understand is that for a lot of successful men out there, they have options. Those options are available. They are everywhere. And just because, you got a man that married you and he loved you and he's invested in you because he's had children with you, it doesn't mean that that man or some other men are going to be, taking you seriously like this particular man does. That's just what's going on now. But this is what a lot of ladies don't understand. You feel because one man has married you and will get married to you, that some other man will do the same thing, and he will also love you as much, if not more, even if you have like 3 kids and maybe you're like 45 and maybe you're like 50, and he's going to be able to put that whole effort into you and want to get into your life. And, you don't really understand that a man that you want to that same level has a lot of opportunities, and maybe he doesn't want to be second fiddle to, you or as a wife or you as a mother or you as a business career lady. That may or may not be the case. It most likely is not the case. And then you talk about how hard it is for you to get back out there on the dating market. And I believe it is very hard because the demand for you like that might not be the case. So when you have a guy that is a really good man and he really wants to be with you and you feel like you want to get back out there and date, you're going to find out that those guys are not going to be like the husband you had because your husband was fully invested in you. A lot of these guys are not fully invested because they may look at you as a liability in the same way that the NFL may look at some running backs as a liability. And so this is what happens, and women find out the hard way, unfortunately. And then they find out that guys just kind of want to just casually date because a lot of guys don't find a lot of value in marriage. And then you might think about going back to the ex-husband, and then it's too late because, somebody else got him. And that's pretty much how it is. And Le'Veon Bell found that out right away. Being on a great franchise like the Pittsburgh Steelers, it wasn't very long until they ended up with a running back like Najee Harris, who came in. And he's younger, he came in and he produced. And like I said, he's been there for a long time now, at least 2 years. In the first 2021, 2022, he rushed for 1,200 yards. He rushed for 1,034 yards. So it's not like they need Le'Veon Bell anymore, although he can play football and he would love to come back, but it's too late. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shay Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all you do. Heard the bell. We're out.